Hey guys, Pro1701 here, and today we're going to talk about which Doctor do you wish would have stayed one more season? If you could pick any Doctor in Doctor Who and just somehow wish they had done one more season than what they did, which Doctor would you pick? Which Doctor do you think they had another good year in them? I would like to have seen another year from that Doctor. I'm going to go with Tennant. While there's plenty of Doctors I would have liked to have seen more of, I'm going to say David Tennant, because David, for some reason, him only doing his 3.5 seasons really stands out to me more than most, because like season 2 he's still kind of finding his footing with the role. I mean, he's great in it, but he hasn't quite become like the 10th Doctor fully to me yet. Series 3 he nails it. I love Series 3. In Series 4, he nails it. He's so good in both of those. He's so good in the specials, and then he's gone. It's just like, he's already gone. It's like trying to get a sip of water with just your hands to try to cup it with. I got a little right there. I wanted more of him, especially because when Tennant was the Doctor, I was a huge Tennant fanboy, and I still love Tennant. He's a great Doctor. I mean, he was never quite my number 1, but he was very solidly my number 2. Very solidly, and he was right behind my number 1. I was a huge Tennant fan, and I still am. I do like Tennant a lot. I don't know if he's my 2. I'd really have a hard time ranking the Doctors now. It's really difficult. But I was always disappointed we didn't get more with him. I remember back when it was announced he was leaving, and back when I was watching his final episodes, I was just so heartbroken because I just wanted more time with him. I'm like, why can't he be like Tom? That's the great thing about being a fan of Tom, is there's so much of Tom. 7 seasons. If you're a Tom Baker fan, you have a lot to be happy about. Or a John Pertwee fan, because he did 5 seasons. So if you're huge fans of those Doctors, there's a lot of them to watch. But for some reason, Tennant, and even though a lot of Doctors do only 3 seasons, Tennant really seems shorter for some reason. I don't know why. But it just seems like, as good as he is, and as popular as he is, and as good as that whole Russell T Davies era is, his run just seems shorter than most. I'd love to have seen one more season. Either one more season with Russell, or to have been there maybe for Moffat's first season. I don't know quite how that would go if he had stayed for Series 5 and Steven had took over. I mean, obviously 11th Hour, if it existed at all, would be drastically different. I don't know if he would start up the whole cracks in the universe thing, or meeting Amelia. I mean, Tennant would have needed a new companion anyway. And you still could have done something like the 11th Hour with him meeting Amelia as a child, and then something happening, and then him just being the Doctor and being like, because that's just the Doctor, and accidentally showing up 12 years late. That could still be done, and you could still have the whole Patient Zero thing. It would be a very different episode, and I'm curious what else would have changed throughout the course of the season. I would have loved to have seen a David Tennant season under Stephen Moffat. Stephen Moffat doing the 10th Doctor, which is what Stephen Moffat wanted. He's always said that the first thing he tried to do when he knew he was taking over the show was talk David into staying another season. And I would have loved to have seen that. I would have loved to have seen, like Series 5 with Tennant, what that would have been like, how it would have been the same, how it would have been different. I'm curious the way it would have gone. But I really would love to have just an extra season with Tennant. I would have loved to have had, I think if I'd had 4.5 seasons with Tennant instead of 3.5, I'd be happier. Especially since, again, he's good in Series 2, but he still hasn't quite found his footing yet. It's like he's still kind of figuring out what he wants to do with the character a little bit in places. He's still good, but he's not quite as good as he is in Series 3 and 4, where he's more peak Tennant. So I would have loved to have seen him in Series 5, just to have one more season of, totally amazing 9 out of 10 Tennant, So, yeah, kind of a short video. That's the Doctor I would like to see. I would love to have seen one more season with the 10th Doctor. If you could pick any Doctor you could have seen do an extra season, which Doctor would you have picked and why? And what do you think of my choice? Would you like to have seen Tennant, with Moffat running the show for a season, or are you kind of happy Tennant left when he did? Would you like to have seen Tennant do another season under Russell if Russell had stayed another season? I'd like to know what you think of my choice, and I would like to know what your choice is and why you picked the choice that you pick. Other things to do: click the like button, click the subscribe button, click the bell for notifications so you never miss out on a new video. I upload a new video every day. I've also started a Patreon page. There is a link to that down in the link below if you would like to become one of my patrons. I do have some of those now, which is totally awesome. My entry level is only $2 a month, so for just $2 a month, you can gain access to that and help contribute to what I do. I have other tiers as well that get you access to things like video request, behind the scenes videos, bloopers, outtakes. I actually just posted a video for it was a Doctor Who video idea that I've shelved for the moment. It was a video idea I wanted to do, but you have to pick one doctor to do it about. It's a discussion video, and I couldn't narrow it down between two, no matter how much I tried. And so I was just going to talk about both of them in the video. And for some reason, the video is about 1.5 minutes long. I couldn't quite articulate my point in the video. I had more trouble even than usual. For some reason, the video just wouldn't gel. I couldn't get it to come together properly. So I've shelved the idea for now. I may come back to it another time, but if you would like to see that just got uploaded up there. Every person who joins at any entry level gets one free video request. I'm currently working on one of those now. Ham wants me to rewatch Horror of Fang Rock. I've watched the first 2 parts. I still have to watch parts 3 and 4, which is good for me. I love the Horror of Fang Rock. It's a great story. Most importantly, stay safe out there, and thank you for watching.